Before we get into the Kenya Moore intro, sometimes YouTube might put certain videos through, but then down the line, they might come back and be like, oh, months later, the creator of the original content have strike your channel, and now I have to completely remove that part to avoid a copyright strike or to avoid my video from being taken down. So just in case that happened and I have to remove that entire segment, let me explain to you and give you like a quick, a brief summary of what we're talking about. You see the picture on the screen, so I think you already know, but let's get into it. Let me quickly say this. This started over 3 weeks ago. I did not talk about it because I just felt like, here we go, another person trying to start something with Kenya Moore. However, that person was recently on Watch What Happens Live, and based on the way how they responded to the question they were asked, that's the reason why I'm doing this video. I'm talking about Gertie from the Real Housewives of Miami, who had an interview and said that her experience meeting Kenya Moore broke her soul, all because Kenya did not know which franchise she was on, and Kenya asked her, which franchise are you on? Also, she said that, you know what, Kenya probably didn't mean it because it was at BravoCon. Kenya was extremely.
She's at a place in her life where peace is a priority and negativity cannot exist. She's no longer matching energy. She's simply removing herself from any situation that doesn't vibrate her soul. So if you start moving funny, she's moving on.
What's up, my Fina love? Sisters Fina D coming to you all from Vina Tima News.
She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment.
Speaking of BravoCon, obviously you made a lot of friends. Did you have any unpleasant interactions at BravoCon? I feel like this question is causing a lot of drama.
Did I had one that really kind of broke my soul in a way, because I am a fixed crown type of thing, and maybe it wasn't shady on purpose because I was so all over the place, but I saw Kenya and I'm like, oh my God, Kenya, hi. And she goes, oh, hi. And I'm like, oh, I'm Gertie. She goes, oh, which show are you on again? Like that. I was like, oh, okay, ma'am. Moving right along. Okay, queen. Yeah. So again, I'm sure she was in her space. She was moving around. We had to go to different rooms. But it was the way she said it. It was kind of like, hey, don't be nice. Be nice,
And also, I'm pretty sure.
Are you an Atlanta fan?
I'm sorry.
Are you an Atlanta fan?
I love Atlanta, of course, and I think she's a queen. She is the queen. She's amazing. So it was a little disappointing that that was the response versus oh hi, which show? It wasn't like, oh my God, which show you on? Tell me, excited. It was kind of like, oh hey, which show? It was kind of very
I feel now she knows Miami Housewives.
All good in my hood. Trust me. Listen, honey, onwards, always. I had one that really kind of broke my soul in.
Not Beyonce broke your soul in the era of Beyonce hit song, You Won't Break My Soul. This is so interesting, but I have more to say about it. So let's get into some of these comments and then into the rest of my commentary. Broke her soul? Girl, fix your life. Your priorities are in a disarray. Broke your soul? LOL. Girl, get some real problems in life. You are on Real Housewives of Miami. You are not popular. Just tell Kenya the show you are on when she politely asked. So, Gertie, you now want to be known by having beef with Kenya. The unknown always coming for Kenya to be known. I feel like the new girlies love coming for Kenya because she has so many haters already who love to try to tear her down. The gag is, though, many of us don't know who this lady is. I thought the Miami show was canceled years ago. I have no idea who this woman is, and I'm not being funny. I never heard of Real Housewives of Miami ever. What is RHOM? Kenya probably really don't know because I never heard of the show or this woman. She said, I'm sure she didn't mean it like that because she was probably in her own world, but then she continues to mimic her in a negative light. Like, girl, do you think she was being negative, or was she not really thinking that much into it? Because really, no one has to be all fake and giggly with you, especially if they don't know you. Twirl on, Miss Mamas. If Kenya didn't know you exactly, how are you going to get upset? And you didn't even introduce yourself to her correctly. Can't say the first word, but Kenya can ask a question. Girl, she was asking a question. Don't nobody watch Miami for real? I'm sure people do. I mean, I hope I don't sound ridiculous, but I don't know who she is either. That's like 30,000 Real Housewives. She probably was just asking, which of the franchise are you on? She probably knew who you were, just didn't know what city. But now she knows because you are making something out of nothing, because I still don't know you. Seeing that the comments were not on her side, and I do have more comments to read, but seeing that people reacted in this way, and that we're no longer in the trenches where back then people would just attack Kenya more based on somebody's word without hearing Kenya's side. And after seeing that, all of these people who constantly lied on Kenya were exposed and Kenya is constantly being vindicated, people are now using better judgment, especially because she said she did not think Kenya was being negative, but it was the other things that she added on it that made people say, okay, but if you are not sure that she intentionally was being shady and negative towards you, then why are you even talking about this or making this an issue? I have more to say about that, but after seeing how social media reacted, this was her response on Watch What Happens Live when she was asked about it again.
Have you heard from Kenya after you shared that you were disappointed by your interaction with her at BravoCon? And does she now know what show you're on?
I don't know either questions. I have a no and no, and I haven't heard from her, but I love her to death. I think that people haven't read the full sentence of my statement, and unfortunately, they think like I'm trying to shade her and make her out to be some kind of like bad person. We're all busy. BravoCon was very chaotic, great, the best way, and I'm sure that the next time we meet, we will definitely hug and fix each other's crown, darling.
There you go.
Let's run it back. Since she's saying we did not read her full statement, it's on video. So let's run it back.
Speaking of BravoCon, obviously you made a lot of friends. Did you have any unpleasant interactions at BravoCon? I feel like this question is causing a lot of drama.
Did I had one that really kind of broke my soul.
Trust me, Gertie doesn't have a problem with Kenya. She's changing her tone, so nothing to see here. We're done. But I'm going to give my commentary anyways, okay? Based on your body language, your eyes, how you were moving in that interview, and oh, honey. And then to say someone broke your soul. But then I watch What Happens Live. Oh, it's not that way. It was misinterpreted. Kenya was busy, and I'm sure the next time I meet her, we're going to fix each other crown. If you genuinely felt that way, then why would that interaction break your soul? It would have been, Kenya is busy. I'll meet her next time, and I'm sure it's going to be cool.
Because I am a fixed crown type of thing, and maybe it wasn't shady on purpose because I was so, all over the place. But I saw Kenya, and I'm like, oh my God, Kenya, hi. And she goes, oh, hi. And I'm like, oh, I'm Gertie. She goes, oh, which show are you on again? Like that. I was like, oh, okay, ma'am. Moving right along. Okay, queen. Yeah, so again, I'm sure she was in her space. She was moving around. We had to go to different rooms. But it was the way she said it. It was kind of like, hey, don't be nice. Be nice,
It was the way she said it. And I'm like, be nice. Then that's you insinuating that she wasn't nice to you. But that's what I'm saying. If you are acknowledging that, you know what? She was busy. She was running around. We were doing all of these things at BravoCon. And you know what? I met Kenya. She was so busy. I'm sure when I meet her again, it will be pleasant. But the be nice part that you added to it, it's insinuating that she was intentionally not nice to you. The whole nice, nasty thing, I'm going to throw it out there, but then I'm going to try to fix it and be like, you know what, maybe she was busy, But then the comments are now on my side. So you know what? I wasn't throwing shade. I'm sure that's what you should have said in your interview originally. You will hear me say this further on in my commentary that Gertie is 100% entitled to her opinion and her feelings are valid because that was her experience with Kenya Moore. So I do not want anyone to misinterpret what I'm saying, thinking I'm saying, oh my goodness, how dare you feel. No, absolutely not. If you meet someone and they made you feel a certain way, absolutely, but stand on it is all I'm saying. This is how she made me feel, regardless if she was busy, running around, whatever, still be nice. And she broke my soul and I'm standing on it. Don't throw rocks out there. Now you don't like how the rocks landed or where they landed. Now it's like, oh, let me go ahead and fix it a little bit. Then the queen fixing each other crown statement that she made, that was your moment to not only fix your crown, but to fix her crown and say, you know what, since I'm not sure that Kenya was intentionally being rude or negative because we were all busy and running around, let me not even go there. Let me reach out to this queen and properly introduce myself and make sure there's nothing going on. That's how the whole queen thing she's talking about, that's how you move. You don't then go in an interview, oh, honey, your body language and all of these different things. And then now you're fixing it, which is great. Thank you so much for fixing it and moving forward from it. But it's out there and what's done, it's done. What I'm getting from this whole thing is, it's not so much that Kenya had an attitude or because she was busy. But Gertie will never admit to this. It's the, how dare you not know who I am or what franchise I'm on. Because she said, Kenya said, which one are you on? She never said, I told her Miami, and then Kenya gave me an attitude. She said when Kenya asked her, which one are you on? She did not like Kenya's tone, and she was like, okay, moving right along. So you didn't even answer her question to then see how she was going to respond to your question. If she came back and clarified and said that, they did not include that in the interview. And so I'm just going by what I saw from the interview. The moment she said, which one are you on, you instantly became defensive because how dare you not know me? That means you're not being supportive. You're not watching our franchise. And I thought this was a sisterhood and we all know each other. And how dare you be like, which one are you on? That's what happened. But she will never admit to that. That how dare you not know me, basically, or which franchise I'm on. That means I'm not that important. So it's almost like projecting because her question made you feel insecure in a way. How dare you not know me? And because, you know, she is a successful woman and I'm sure she's a nice and an amazing woman. So absolutely not. Please do not misinterpret this and take this the wrong way. I'm just giving my commentary, giving you social media reaction and moving on. These videos are never ever that deep for me. I don't know these people personally. I'm just giving my opinion. People don't watch every single franchise. And then your franchise is not even on Bravo anymore. It's on the Peacock app. Which there's absolutely nothing wrong with that because most people are not sitting down watching regular TV anymore. Most of us are streaming now. So it's all good that not everybody watches all of these franchises. I don't. And that's the reason why when there's drama going on and I respond, I stay focused on the topic at hand because I don't watch the show. I watch Atlanta and that's it. Most of you are aware that if Kenya Moore wasn't on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, I wouldn't be watching it either. Now, as a quick reminder, this is how busy Kenya was at BravoCon and all of the love that she received at BravoCon. Let's get into it.
Kenya Moore hair care, like...
I love this tweet. Well, look how God is blessing this clean heart woman. Look at people coming to her stand. The lady said she was in her hotel room and heard Kenya Moore was here and she got in line. Kenya, who God bless, no man curse. And then the original tweet that she responded to, huge line for Kenya Moore.
That made me feel so incredible that the entire audience was chanting Kenya Moore hair care. Like I just felt so good. Loved it so much.
Kenya is crying in this video because the supporter said, allegedly, you make me happy when I'm sad or something like that. Later on said in other interviews that he said some more deep things that were just so amazing, and that's when she just broke down and started crying. They're blasting music, one of those very sentimental music that's going to also, make you emotional in the background. And so for copyright reasons, I cannot play the original audio. I promised to read more comments, so let's get into it. And then I'm going to end it. Child, I didn't even know it was a Real Housewives of Miami. LOL, who this? I mean, Kenya probably didn't mean it like that because I don't know who she is either. Who has the time to watch all the Bravo shows? Kenya is busy. Sorry, girl. Ma'am, not a lot of people even know half the Real Housewives of Miami cast. A lot of us only really know, and she listed the franchises that people know by heart. I mean, wasn't the Real Housewives of Miami canceled for multiple years? Girl, you're not even on regular TV channels. Well, I want to laugh at that because times have changed and people don't watch TV like that anymore. You still have not answered the question, which show are you on again? It is just a nice question to ask. That's how you give someone an audience. If she had ignored you, you would have said the same thing exactly. Desperate for clout. I'm reading the comments now. I'm not saying these things. Wait, but what show is she on? I don't think it was Shade. No one really watches Miami. It's on Peacock. I don't watch the show. So this person is giving some insight. So let me know if they're wrong. Girl, you are on mute on your show where they treat you like dirt. Really? Now you want to get clout by beefing with Kenya? They do? Girl, you are on mute on your show where they treat you. I don't like that. I don't like people treating anyone. No. So let me know if you watch Miami. Let me know how she's treated. I might give it a try. Normally, I would say Kenya was throwing shade, but Miami just came back and you are not that rememberable or just memorable. Wow. Nobody's watching Miami. This is how simple this entire situation is and was. Kenya did not know which franchise you were on, and she simply asked to make sure. She didn't know, so she asked. Not too much on Kenya. The end. But oh, the ego stepped in. How dare her not know which franchise I'm on? But let me camouflage it as in she was this and she was that. Girl, I don't know you either, so I'm with Kenya. I would have asked too because nobody watches The Real Housewives of Miami. What's The Real Housewives of Miami? She wasn't lying. We don't know who this woman is. Child, all caps. Hyper, who this woman? She literally asked which one you were on again, which means she's familiar with you being on one of the franchises. And because women come and go often, she just didn't remember which franchise you were from. She could have easily said, and you are? Exactly. Making something out of nothing. I mean, I've never seen this woman before. Maybe Kenya hadn't either. Sorry to this woman, child, not Keke Palmer. Sorry to this man. And that's Keke Palmer. Congratulations on your baby. I will do a separate video on it and all of that. But congratulations, just in case I don't get to the video. Tread lightly. We don't know you either. A reach. The franchise literally has about 10 branch off. Be for real. But no, for real. Who is she? No tea, no shade. I'm with Kenya because who is this? Here comes the Kenya hate train. Well, sis, like I said, we are no longer in the trenches when it comes to Kenya Moore. People are now seeing through things and the whole fix other women crown, all of this just backfired on her when she could have simply contacted Kenya or have someone who had her information get the message to her, especially when she's saying, I'm not even sure if Kenya is even aware that all of this happened because she was busy. She acknowledged you, and then she said, which franchise you are on. You didn't like how she asked you the question, and now here we are. But like she said, it's all good. She loves Kenya to death. No worries. And I'm sure Kenya will have nothing but positive things to say as well when and if she's asked about it. I'm wishing all of you well and take care. My loves, thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.